Hey guys, what's up? It's Axiom with Good Time Gaming, and today I'm bringing a little bit of a preview of the beta is currently going for Star Wars Battlefront on all platforms, and I've been playing a little bit of it, so I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little rundown of what I think so far, and just whether or not I think this is going to be a pretty awesome game to be playing. So we're going to go through, there's not a whole lot available right now in the beta, so we're going to go through each of the things that are available, and I'll kind of talk about each one individually. So what you're seeing right now is the survival mode, which actually I think is really fun. So survival mode is just kind of like wave-based survival. If you played any FPS or any game ever at all, then you probably played a survival mode. And this one's no exception, except this one has, you know, lasers that go pew-pew and stormtroopers and all that good shit. So, in the only stage that's available, you are on Tatooine and you have to survive 5 waves. I believe it's 5 waves. But anyways, you have to survive the number of waves. It's on normal only. And at the end of it, then you extract and that's it. So in the full game, there'll be more waves, there'll be more difficulty tweaks and stuff like that. But it's just, again, the beta, so it's kind of limited. So the game looks really freaking amazing. Like, graphically, I'm really, really pleased with how this game looks. I'm running dual 970s in SLI, and I mean, even whenever I had it disabled just to do one, it was silky smooth FPS. So that's definitely been a good thing. You'll notice there's a variety of units as you watch these clips. It's not just regular stormtroopers, you know, there's shock troopers that have the miniguns, there's ATSTs that show up, there's jump troopers, you know, they fly around a little bit if you let them. So there's a few other different unit types. This is not all of them, so there will be more in the actual full game. And if you look at the bottom right corner of the HUD, then you see like these little things like cards. Those are basically like power-ups. In survival mode, they recharge, so they're reusable for most of them anyways. There's some that are not, but you know, some of them recharge, and you can just reuse them over and over. And I had like a little something to the game, like the one on the left there, it lets me do like a little grenade barrage, and the one in the middle, if I have the power up for it, then it lets me put up a little shield around myself, so a little bit extra protection. So here I am, and I'm trying to defend this escape pod thing here. It's kind of the whole purpose of this objective. You can see the ATST in the distance. He's come up here to try and fuck my day up, but he's not gonna. The AI seems a little bit stupid. I don't know if it's just because it's on normal or if it's just not very good. But I noticed whenever I was playing a couple of these, or actually most of these survivals, that the AI doesn't really make good choices. They're just kind of dumb. So take that as you will. If you think the same thing too, then please let me know. So you see that the escape pod busts out and you get like some little power-ups you can use. Like the infantry turret I just picked up. You can use that. Alright, so we now find ourselves in Drop Zone, which is part of the competitive multiplayer part of the game. This is just basically King of the Hill. That's really all it is. Just, of course, with a Star Wars theme. So, you play as either Rebels or the Empire, and of course there's little objectives on the map, little pods you have to go capture. And you go up to interact with it, and hold it, your team gets a point. Team with the most points at the very end wins. Pretty simple, right? You can see me here trying to take shots at my first victim. It definitely feels weird playing multiplayer because I just have this constant tendency to reload because that's what we're used to, right? Every game that we ever play, every FPS, you take some shots, you reload, because of course you have a pool of ammo. It's not like, you know, individual magnums like that. Most games anyways. But you know, you take some shots, maybe you kill something, maybe you don't. You reload, you go at it again. There's no reloading in this game. If you overheat your weapon, then there's like a little quick time, not really quick time event, but it's kind of like you can quickly cool off your weapon, and you have to time your reload button within a certain time frame, and for it to automatically be good to go again. So I mean, there's kind of a reload, but not really. So it's definitely kind of a weird feeling. It's something new to get used to. I also noticed the more that I play this, the less interesting the guns feel. They all kind of feel the same. I mean, they all shoot lasers. There's not really a whole lot of difference between them, and you can't really customize your weapons. I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about the game's long-term vision, so I don't know if like weapon customization is something that's coming just in the full release. But the lack of customization just kind of like takes any personality out of the weapons that they might otherwise have. So they're kind of boring to use. You know, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. But the weapons that are available right now, they do feel different enough that, you know, using a blaster rifle versus a pistol feels a little different. You know, doesn't feel like quite the same weapon, but it's still very close, to be quite honest. You can also hip fire pretty successfully in this game, which is kind of a different feeling. You know, in most other games, hip firing is kind of reserved as like a last ditch effort, like someone's right up in your face and you don't have time to aim down sights and shoot them. But in this game, it feels okay in most settings. Of course, longer range engagements, you're going to want to use that fine aim. But, you know, a lot of the time it just feels okay. So yeah, this mode's okay. There's no music for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't know if there's like some weird setting or something, or I don't know. But there's no music, and it's kind of like, I don't know, doesn't feel as nice. Doesn't sound as nice. It needs music somehow, somewhere. See me melee this guy in the back of the head. I don't know. This mode's kind of okay. It's not that fun, really. It's okay. It's not something that, if I get this game at release, I'm probably going to spend a lot of time on. But it's okay as a little distraction. It's just alright. I wasn't, like, really just blown away, like, you know, oh, wow, this is the best thing ever. Not by a long shot. Alright, people. We are now at Walker Assault. So Walker Assault is basically the bread and butter of this beta experience. So you can see I just picked up an ATST power-up. There are power-ups littered all across the map. You just run up to them and pick them up. Sometimes they'll give you like a little damage increase. They might give you a weapon to use. They could give you a ATST, or you can get like a hero power-up or something else like that. So you can get some pretty cool stuff if you just pick them up. Some of them will persist through death, but others will not. So you have to be quick about using them, because they will go away. So the goal of the Walker Assault is that the Imperials need to get the AT-AT through the enemy defensive lines. And the way that we do this is by ensuring that those scumbag rebels do not interact with the uplinks. So if you're a scumbag rebel, your goal is to try and interact with the satellite uplinks, which we'll call an air support, which will help to destroy the AT-AT. So it's kind of like a, it's almost like an on-rails King of the Hill, right? Because they're trying to get to the uplinks, we're trying to keep them away from them, and everything's kind of moving forward, because the AT-AT is moving forward. And base locations will adjust as the AT-AT moves up. So it kind of moves with it, which is kind of cool. I didn't do it in this video, but it's best if you try and partner up with someone, because you can get back in the game a lot quicker, and you'll waste a lot less time running around. Unfortunately, I lost quite a bit of time on this running around and just trying to figure things out. So pretty much from playing this so far, I feel kind of meh about Battlefront. I might get some hate about that, but really nothing about it really impressed me that much. Certainly not enough to where I'd go out and, you know, pre-order this game by any means. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's just not that mind-blowing, I guess. I mean, maybe it's because I've played enough FPSs in my life, but nothing about it just said, oh yeah, it's the best thing ever. In a lot of ways, it just kind of feels like Battlefield 4 reskinned with Star Wars, which I know it's based on the same engine, but I don't know, it just doesn't really do a lot for me. I would say from the Hoth map, probably the highlight is this area right here when you're running around inside of Echo Base. It feels really authentic to the movie, and the tight corridors are just awesome to kind of run through. You can see X-Wings sitting around, snow speeders. It's just, the whole base is just all crammed up in there, and you just see all the little bits and pieces of it. It's really nice. I'm kind of hoping there's like a team deathmatch or something like that takes place inside of Echo Base. I think that'd be a lot of fun to take part in. But you can see me run through here kind of endlessly lost, just seeing where things are at. Alright, so you can see at this point we've moved up into a new battlefield. It's still part of the same map, but it's just kind of a new segment because the AT-AT has moved up so far and the rebels have failed to stop it. Losers. So this one's pretty big and open. You can see there's little pathways that will go around the side of the snow so you don't have to run out in the middle of the open. I'm guessing once the game comes full release there'll be some pretty heavy sniper options, so probably not a good idea to run across here like I'm doing right now. But right now there's not really anything like that, so it's pretty safe. And people are just trying to learn the game anyways too. But same thing as before, there's uplinks, rebels try and get them. We try and prevent them from getting them. You can see Luke Skywalker in the distance there running around. The heroes are, they're pretty tough. They're not invincible by any means, but they're pretty tough. So I take a few shots at him, but I decide that he's probably going to kill me. And he's probably just not worth shooting at anyways because he has a lot of armor. But he just, like, runs away and pieces off. So I turn around and just start killing some of his buddies. People don't know how to shoot a turret. So we can see a bit more blaster rifle action right here. This dude thinks he's a badass. And we trade kills. But yeah. Overall impressions of Battlefront so far, it's okay. I will not pay full price for it at this point, but it's just okay. If you're a huge Star Wars fan, you'll probably buy it anyways. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I wouldn't say I'm like a, you know, crazy big Star Wars fan by any means. But check it out while it's available to play for free. Let me guys know what you think. This is Axiom, Good Time Gaming. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like anything you saw here today. And remember to always have a good time gaming.